through some tunes. You're okay? Let's start standing. Just stand and inhale, lift those arms up, and exhale, bring them downward. Thanks for joining me. Feel good, end of the week. Don't mind working out. So this will help you relax and ease into the weekend, right? We're gonna bring the hands down forward, drop them down forward. Inhale, arms up. Bring them down forward, exhaling out. One more time. So inhale as you rise up. Exhale, bring it down. Last time. Excellent. Lift up those arms. Inhale. Rise up, exhale down, so open the door. Inhale, rise up. Exhale down. Rise, exhale, sinking up. And then let's take the right arm. We're going to bring the right arm over the left. It's called embracing the moon. Open out. Inhale, left arm over right. Rest. Exhale, open out. Inhale. You're holding on to a ball of light energy. Exhale out. Inhale. Bring it in. Exhale, open out. One more time each side. Inhale. And out. Just focusing on the breath a little bit. Excellent. Let's go ahead and reach those arms, both of them up, and clasp the hands together. Hands are together up there. And we're going to take it to a side bend. As always, do what feels good for you. You're going to inhale to rise up to center. Exhale, taking it to the other side. Inhale to rise up. Let's do two more like that. Exhale, take it sideways. Inhale, take it back to center. And exhale, other side. Back to center. Open out those arms. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and bring that into a seated position. So go ahead and sit down if you can, a little cross-legged on your mat. It's called seated palm. And are just resting onto your knees. And take a few breaths here. Just maybe relax your mind. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. Inhale. Bring down the breath. You can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Just taking a moment to ground yourself. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Namaste. And then I'd like you to go ahead and see if you can take your hands to the ground. We're going to get up onto our knees. So if you need to modify this, if you have a problem or anything, you can kind of keep yourself folded forward more. But if you're upright, you're going to sit back into really opening up those quad muscles, the tops of the thighs. And then we bring the arms up if we can. Take it to the side, a little rotation. Forward. Other side. Bring the hands back on down. Coming up a little bit more. Lifting up those hips, and then extend your right leg out to the side, flexing the foot. The foot is flat on that side. Lift those arms up. And we're going to rotate arms side. That's called gate pose. Bringing it other direction. Same thing a little bit. One more time on back. The right side. Open out. We're going to go ahead and switch up to your other leg. Extend your left foot out sideways. Flexing the foot, foot is flat. Take the arms up in the center. And hands go towards your left. Big stretch sideways. Switch your side, see how that feels. And then one more time back to the left and hold it. Opening out those arms, take your knees together and sit back with that one more time. Feeling this area, just gonna really stretch it out if you can. If it's too much for you, you fold forward with it, and that's okay. We're going to take that right into like a quadruped position. I'm gonna go sideways so you can see it better. Your knees are right underneath the hips, and the hands are right under the shoulders for this one. So tabletop kind of position. Let's inhale and round your spine, thoracic spine, this area. Out. And exhale, drop the spine. Inhale, round the spine. That's cat. And exhale, dropping it for cow. Let's do this 3 more times, really focusing on that. Inhale, rise up. Exhaling down. Last time with that. Inhale, lift up. Should feel nice release, mobility also in the spine. Bring your back to a nice neutral position. The spine is relatively straight. Hands are still under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're going to circle your hips around. Rotate the hips. Big circles 5 times, all the way over to one side and around, making a circle. 2, we're going to do 3 more. Side. 5. Enjoy that movement in the hips, should feel really good. Then switch your other direction, start to rotate the other way, circling around, big circles. 5 of them. Excellent job. From here, I'd like you to take your right leg forward. I'm going to switch my view around, but you can just take a leg forward, okay? This pigeon, we're going to go into pigeon, okay? So, let's I'm making it so that I can face you guys. So if you need to modify, both knees can be bent. That's just totally fine. But you're taking your right leg and kind of line it up with the side of the mat. And if you're feeling flexible enough, if you're able to, you do try to bring your left leg back further. So you're going to try to extend your left leg back, trying to straighten it out, but it really doesn't need to be straight. Like, I don't even think I can make my straight stand. And we're going to try to sit up tall for a moment, feeling that stretch. You should feel it in the piriformis, this area, the leg, the side of the thigh on your right leg, kind of hinging forward with your back, even though it's up tall. Do what you can do with this. If you need more of the bent knees on both sides, that's totally fine. Then we're going to fold forward when you're up for it. And you're folding forward a little bit more with your back. Breathe into it. Give me 3 really deep, good breaths. Release that tension in the leg. Maybe you have your hands right in front of the legs. Excellent. We're going to push up from there. Go ahead and take those legs at the 90-degree angle. So you're gonna so eventually the bottom of one foot should be right at the knee of the other foot, and then they should connect with each other. Hands behind you on the ground. We're going to work on hip mobility, okay? So this one, keep your feet on the ground, but you're going to lift your knees up, and then it's going to rotate all the way the other direction if you can. I'm off my mat, so I got to readjust it. Hopefully, the bottom, the arch of the foot next to the knee again. And then you still keep your feet on the ground, plant it, but then switch sides. This is a really good stretch for the SI joint, the sacroiliac joint area. Go ahead and just keep rotating side to side. If you need to modify it all, you don't have to be strict with where your feet are. Just do whatever feels good for you with this one. It doesn't ever need to be exactly the way I'm doing it or anything. Okay? Kind of relax with this one. Let's do this about 10 times, so I'm going to go with it. We sit a lot during the day, maybe you're in one position. We definitely need to work on mobilization, so this one should help. All right, and then I'd like you to come out of that, but we're gonna go right into the pigeon pose, but on the other leg. So I had told you right leg before, so now we're on your left leg, whatever leg you didn't do. So you can keep the knees bent on both legs if you need to, but if you are up for it, you're extending your right leg back more. You can keep your hips in like a squared off alignment if at all possible. Right over the knee. And then sitting up tall, we did that first, so we're going to do that again. We're sitting up tall, back is relatively tall, feeling that stretch. Once again, piriformis, your butt area. And then slowly we're going to sink our chest downwards, back down. Bring your hands right in front of your leg there. And relax your back into it. We're going to hold it here for about 4 breaths, okay? So try to relax. really feel that opening up through the hip area. Once again, do what feels good for you. That's the most important part. Modify as needed. Give your legs more if you need to. Just take a moment, relax into it. Alright, and then we'll make our way out from there. You're going to push up and through. And we'll end up laying on our back, okay? So go ahead and lay on your mat. Prone. Or actually, this is supine. Okay? Knees can be bent at first. Then we lift our palms up. We're going to really push the feet and the heels into the ground and work on a deep stretch for our hip flexors by doing the glute bridge. So you will feel strengthening in your butt area, but you should feel the tops of the legs really stretch when you do this. So go ahead and lift your butt up, really press into the ground with your feet. And this whole area up here, hopefully feel a nice big stretch. And keep your hands externally rotated so your palms are up, so you're getting the benefit of opening the chest. Take a few breaths here. Lift up high. And then slowly begin to release the butt downward toward the ground, the back downward, one vertebrae at a time. And let's do kind of the opposite. We're going to take your knees toward your chest. Hold on to the knees. And rock side to side a little bit. Massaging the spine. These are all good, feel good moves. Hopefully. And then slowly drop your feet down toward the mat. And open your palms up, open out your arms like a T, sideways. And then let's go ahead and shift your knees all the way over towards your right. And let your head drop toward your left side. So your knees are going to be toward one side, your head goes to the other side. And you stretch through the body. That's a nice low back stretch. And I invite you, if you're interested, if you want to deepen the stretch, pardon me, you're going to extend your top leg. So whatever leg is on top, pardon me, you're going to reach it outwards. Straight out toward the hand. The bottom knee can stay bent, and that's fine. Or you can extend it. Play around with that. But trying to extend that top leg straight, you'll get a deeper stretch. And your head drops to the opposite direction where your leg is. Give me a few deep breaths into that stretch. It's like coughing, so beautiful. Good. And then gradually, let's bring our legs back together. Keeping the knees bent, let's Go ahead and take the knees all the way toward your left, whatever side you didn't do. And your head can look the opposite direction where your knees are pointed toward. Feeling that nice stretch in the low back. And if you feel like that's enough of a stretch for you, you stay right here. But if you'd like to, let's extend that top leg so it goes toward where the hand is, okay? Well, deepen the stretch. Do what you can with it. They don't have to touch. But that top leg goes in the direction of where the other hand is. Head still drapes to the opposite side of where the legs are. Again, breathe here for deep breaths. Excellent. Take your legs back to center. Relax them on down. And actually, we're going to do this one. This is a really deep and active stretch. So we're going to stretch the back of the hamstrings. If you need to prop yourself up against the wall, that's totally fine. But we're going to do this one. So you're extending your left leg up, and then you're going to kind of take your Achilles tendon, your ankle area, and put it right in between the big toe and the one that's next to it on the opposite foot. So line them up, lace it up like that, and then extend the legs as tall up as you can. So this one will really work on activating. So this is called reciprocal inhibition. Reciprocal inhibition, where you're stretching one side of the leg but activating, strengthening the other side. So you should feel a deep stretch in the back of the right leg if you're flexing your feet, extending your legs. If you need to prop your legs up onto the wall or something, go for it. That's okay. You do what feels right for you with this one. So we're holding it here. 3 deep breaths from here is good. And let's drop your legs back toward the ground. Relax them for a moment. Bringing your knees side to side. Let's drop the knees side to side a little bit rhythmically before we get to the other side with it. Let's go ahead and let's lift your whatever leg you didn't have you didn't use yet. So for me, left leg, and I'll tell you left leg is the one on top. Remember the big toe and the one right next to it, they just open out, and you put your ankle or Achilles tendon right in between there, and try to lengthen out your legs as best you can. Straight on up. Absolutely fine if you're propping them on something. You do have to engage your core muscles and the top part of the thigh in order for this to work well. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the back of that left leg. Let's take about 3 deep breaths here. Feeling that lengthening of the muscles in the back of the leg. drop the legs on down, relax them down. Excellent. I'd like you to, I'm thinking of what I want to do. Let's hold on to your knees, and I want you to work on rocking through, forward and back, okay? This is just for your spine. See if you can rock forward, back. If that feels comfortable and up to you, do that. It massages the spine. Eventually, I want you to come back up to a seated position. So, a few good ones, and then see if you can come on up. And maybe you meet me at seated or there. Yep. Take your hands behind you once you get seated. You're up for this. I kind of want to do a plank that is called like a backwards plank. So for this one, you're going to take your hands and your fingers are aligned so that they're straight and towards your butt. Basically what you're going to do for this is a strengthening of the back and also will help open up everything else. And I don't expect to do it very long. This is going to be a brief one because it's a little harder, but I think you can handle it. So you can watch before you do it if you like. You're going to go ahead and you're going to try to lift your butt up off the ground and see if you can raise your hips up as high as you can. Hands are down. And a modification also actually is probably, if you take your elbows down, that might help too. So up to you, you can do it one way or the other. You'll get benefits from both. For your posterior chain. You're really trying to open up through the chest. I know this is a challenging one. Just hold it for a little bit. Take deep breaths if you can. Then come back to seated. I know that's a toughie, that one. We're gonna come back onto your knees if you don't mind. So just bring your knees around. And we're gonna do something called the camel stretch, okay? Your hands, and see if you can bring them back, or you can modify it. Let's work on the modification first, of course. Hands on the hips. You can do this standing also. That's another option if it's too much on your knees. You kind of take yourself. Your chest is open really wide. Opening the heart, right? Chest open. And then if you're up for it, you can take your hands to the heels. Open your knees a little wider if you need to. I know, like right away, that's how I felt. Open out the chest. It's a deep stretch, so if it's too much, go back to your hands and your hips. And as I said, you can do this standing. Another option. Relax into it. A couple of deep breaths. We're not going to be here too long. It's a hard one. All right. Come on out of that. Woo! How are we feeling? Okay? I know. That was a big one. Did great though. I'd like you to take your hands, you're going to plant them forward and give you a little bit of downward dog. I'm giving you a moment just so that your head's okay. All right, no spinning heads. It'll be okay though. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your butt up. Give you a little downward dog, but I want you to kind of pulse the legs up and down. Lift and lower the feet, the heels. Bring your shoulders back and down. And stabilize that scapula, but also lift and lower the heels. Maybe you just push them down too. That's another option. Really working on the lengthening of the back legs. Then coming back down onto your knees when you feel up for it. We are going to take this into the arm one. So I forgot to say, if you have a small pillow or a towel or a yoga block, we're going to put it under our heads for this one. Go ahead and grab that. You'll lay sideways on your mat. Roz, you really like that pose. Was there for what? That's good. The camel one's great, right? All right, and let's beautiful. So you have that, whatever your, like a little pillow or a towel or a yoga block right under your head, your pillow, lay on your side. Let's take whatever hand's on top and you're gonna go forward and back. So for me, it's my left hand, whatever hand's on top for you is great. And give me 4 of them, forward, back. Over the shoulders, 3, 2, and 1, and then lift the arm, semicircle up and around, working on mobility, out, bring it forward, semicircle all the way around and back, 3, 2 more, and then we're going to semicircle up overhead. So you're going to trace your hand more on the ground, but if you need to release it from the ground, that's fine. The arm comes up and around, halfway around, and then once it gets there, then you're going to start going back the other way. 4 of these. Let's do it again. This is really good for the shoulders. Feel good. Give me 2 more times. It helps open things up. One more. And I like to do it this way too. We're going to take the hand up on a diagonal. Kind of let it relax and drape there for a little bit. Let gravity kind of do its thing. Take it downward a little bit. Won't be here too long. A few deep breaths. Just relax. Be mindful about it. Do what feels good for you. Really going to open up the pectoral muscle area. Yeah. Excellent. Start to release that arm down where that was playing up. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to just flip my body so that I'm still facing you, but feel free to rotate however you like. Doing good? And bring your head down. All right, I see you. And the upper hand is going to go forward and back. It's called telescoping for 4. The knees are on top of each other. Give me 3. Give me 2 more. And 1. And then let's do 4 semicircle up and around. 4. Out. Bring it in. 3. 2. Reaching out a little bit more every time, maybe. Do 1 more. Beautiful. Let's take the arm in a semicircle. Bring it up and around and back. 4. Out. Bring it forward in. Good. 3. 2 to go. And then bring your arm diagonal up and back. Let it drift. Let gravity take over a little bit here and breathe into it. It feels good for you though, yeah. I'd like you to release out of that, taking your hand on down. Let's take a hand and push up from the ground for a moment. I'd like to actually go against the wall. So I'm hoping you have a little bit of space by a wall where you can lay back and then stick your legs straight up against the wall. I'll show you what it is, but you're gonna bring your mat over toward the wall. I'll do it with you. Yeah, find a little space. Maybe you bring it lengthwise with your mat like this, like how I just did it. See that? We're gonna take a minute or so where we lift your legs up against the wall. The hardest part is getting into this spot, but basically I want you to have your back is on the ground and just bring your legs up as much as they go and try to get in close to the wall. We're gonna hang out here for like a solid minute actually. I want you to focus on your breath, but also you should feel like a little tingling of it's like lactic acid buildup that comes down from the backs of the legs. You should feel like really the blood flowing towards the rest of your body. Hopefully you're able to get in this position, just kind of relax there. Breathe. Should feel really good. This really helps a lot. Releasing any tension that's in the legs. Let's do about 3 more deep breaths in here. And then I'd like you to just slowly inch your butt away from the wall. And we're going to end up crossing one leg over the other. So I'll show you what to do. Just kind of shimmy your way back away from the wall a little bit. And then your feet are up against the wall. Legs are 90 degrees or so angle away from the wall. But then we go ahead and we're going to you can take your right leg and we're going to take that right. So it's right underneath the knee on the other leg. You don't want it right on top of the knee, but a little bit below, like right on the thigh. And it's great to do this one against the wall because then you don't have any tension. This one is relax into it. But if you want to deepen the stretch, so you should feel this in the side of your thigh. If your right leg is the one that's crossed on top, you should feel this in the right side of your butt area, the piriformis. And you can take your right hand and put it on that right knee and then see if you can press that knee away from you a little bit. That really will deepen the stretch quite a bit. The piriformis is an area that you might feel is a little bit tighter. Maybe you get some sciatica tension sometimes. the pain that goes up the leg, or piriformis syndrome. You just might be tight in that area. It's super common. I've seen that a lot. So this is one of the best stretches I do with people. And you're just breathing into it, pushing that knee away from you if you can on your right. One more breath. And then let's go ahead, let's get out of that. And then just put that leg, the leg that was on the top, it was up on the wall, back to neutral, like a tabletop position with the legs, 90 degrees. And then slowly take your left leg up and over, not right on the knee, but a little bit below the knee, on your top part of the thigh. And relax that leg. See how that feels first before you push anything. I am super tight there, apparently. You should feel that in the left butt area. Couple breaths right there. And then take your hand on your left hand, place it onto the left knee if you're up for it, and push that knee a little bit away from you. That'll deepen the stretch. Try to relax into it, though it's a deeper stretch. Deep breaths here. All right, and then go ahead, uncross those legs, and start to make your way away from the wall. We're going to do a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So maybe you take yourself sideways, like in a fetal position, then press your way up from there, from the ground. I'm going to give you the option of kneeling hip flexor stretch, or if it's too much on your knees, you can stand and do it. But coming, if you're up for it, you have one leg in front. That's going to go in front. Kneel into it. Tuck your tailbone under. If that's too much for you on your knees, a couple of you are maybe too much. Instead, you can stand up and do it. You can stand up and tilt forward and tuck the tailbone under. You'll feel it there. But if you can, you're on your knees, you're doing it. So it's a deeper stretch that way. Get in there good. Tailbone sucked under, nice job. That's a really good stretch. Gets the blood flowing through the body. And go ahead and switch your other leg. You can do it standing too. You saw the standing version. So same thing standing, or you're kneeling. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel that stretch. Top part of the thigh and the back. Excellent. Take your time. We're going to make our way up from there, and we'll do the last step standing, okay? Move your mat. Okay. Let's go ahead and inhale, raising up those arms, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. This time, take those arms up. I'd like you to reach up one arm at a time like this. Side to side, reach, really reach for the sky. Now one more time. And let's take your right arm and bring it up and over, side stretch that. See if you can bring your other arm up there. And then see if you can make it, like turn your torso to face the wall with it. So both arms, yeah, kind of. It's a big spinal rotation throughout the body that way. Excellent, drop your arms. We're gonna reach up again, do a few reaches. Do 6 of them or so. Then take that left arm, we're gonna bring that arm up and over, hand on the hip at first. Take your other arm to kind of match it there, that side, hands. And then we're going to fold over, to take your body over. Big stretch through here, through that side of the spine. Body. Relax your arms down. Excellent. Take your hands behind you. Let's do arms to the side for neck stretch, ear toward the shoulder, big stretch of the neck. Release some tension you may have there. Take your arms other direction, ear to the shoulder, neck stretch. Bend those knees and lift the arms up behind you. This one, arms in the back, chest, everything. Then extend those arms up but behind you a little bit. So this is for your abs, lower back, like C curve backwards, back bend, standing. Swan dive that down. Let's do the right arm, let's bring that across, pull toward yourself, and then twist your torso with it. Deepens the stretch. Let's come out of that, take your left arm, bring it around, pull toward yourself, and then twist the torso, deep stretch, deepen. Come back to neutral. Take your knee over the hip, or knee over the foot, sorry. And could you maybe take your right arm up, bring it in, deepening the stretch of the inner thighs. Yeah. Great. Maybe you work on straightening out that leg and then coming back to that knee bend. Let's do that again, straighten out the leg. Coming back to the knee bend, deepening a little more into it each time. Straighten it. One more time. Then big stretch. Excellent. Knee over the other foot. Let's stretch the inner thigh at first. So stretching sideways. Let's stretch more. Then picking up, back to straight. Coming down again, bending the knee. Letting that inner thigh stretch more. Back on up, release. Do that 3 more times. Match the other side. Up, back. Up. One more. Beautiful job. Bring your feet back to center. Clasp those fingers and press them outward. Forward. Circling those hands around. And then circle them the other way. Open and close. Take the head, bring all the way over the right shoulder, looking sideways. Bring the head back to center. Just take it over the left shoulder. Back to center. Up to the ceiling. Keep it center. Bring it on down. Center it out. Do a few shoulder rolls, open the chest. A little spinal rotation. Okay, shake it out, shake it all out. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Stretched everything, right? Awesome. Very, very good.
I wish I could kneel. I can't kneel.
Aww.
And it makes